Let's make sure you have phones away, but have a calculator out. And the reason I say that is every now and then, some of you might be shouting out an answer, which might not be correct, and the rest of you are going, yeah, that sounds good. So let's not be that person. Like if someone shouts out an answer and there's 7 of you that got a different answer that match, you all might have gotten it right. The one person shouting it out might have pushed, I might have had too big of thumbs. So, was it 2.4 we did last night? Okay. Find the probability that a family of 4 will consist of 3 girls and 1 boy. Family of 4 will consist of 3 girls and 1 boy. How do you think we're going to go about this? What do you think? Is order important? No, so permutation's out of the equation, right? So we're going to deal with combination. So we're going to do 4 choose 3, because we're going to be dealing with the 4 girls, or the 3 girls, excuse me. And then the probability, boys versus girls. I understand that the female, it's easier to have a female than it is to have a male, because the XX chromosome genotype is stronger than the XY. Sorry, guys. But we're just assuming that it's a 1/2 probability. We're not going with anything different. So the probability that you do have a girl is 1/2. We're going to raise that to the 3rd power. The probability you have a boy is 1/2. We'll raise that to the 1st power. Please realize these 3's match, and then whatever I have left has to be this one. So this is your probability of girl, this is probability of boy. So 4 choose 3. So help me out on the 4 choose 3 right now.
4.
Just 4. And then 1/2 to the 3rd power is 1/8, which is 0.125. Is that right? Did I do that right? And then 1/2 to the 1st power, same thing as 0.5. Let's multiply those out, please. How much? 25%. So 0.25, which is 25%. Seem good? So find the probability that a family of 4 will consist of 3 girls and 1 boy. 25%. Now we're going to start talking about flipping a coin. And there's always the one kid that wants to always say the coin will land on its edge. It's not going to happen. And then that one kid who, well, what if it did? Let's just assume it's not going to happen. So, you flip a coin, find the probability of each event. Okay? So you have heads versus tails. Each outcome is equally likely. A coin doesn't remember if it was a heads last time and a tails the time before. So each time you flip a coin, it's independent from the previous time. So you get exactly 5 heads in a row. So if this were to happen, should you be shocked? No. Okay. I mean, the sequence of throwing 5 heads in a row, you're like, hey, that's kind of neat that it happened, but it's really just as likely as heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails showing up. Okay? So we have 10 tosses of the coin. We're going to combine that with 5 heads. Each probability is 0.5. So one's heads, one's tails. And then we want to have this happen 5 times. So if that happens 5 times, that means tails has to happen 5 more times. So 10 choose 5. 10 tosses. We have 5 different choices what we're going to do. So what? 252? 0.5 raised to the 5th power. Give me 4 decimals, please. 0.5 to the 5th. 0.0. 3, 1, 2, and that would also be here. Is that correct? Okay, help me out. 252 times 0.0312 times 0.0312. Give it to me as a decimal. How much? Comes out to 15.75? No? Yes? 15.75? I feel like I'm off a little bit. Did I write that right?
It's 0.24.
That? So I think that comes out to 15.25. So you have 24.5% chance. Is that right? So what's the chance of that not happening? 75.5%. Good. Okay, that means all the other outcomes could take place. You get exactly 7 tails. You get exactly 7 tails. Okay, so I'm going to do 10, choose 7. Okay, 10 tosses. You want to know how many different ways those 7 tails could show up. So you have a 1/2 probability or 0.5 probability that happens. We want that to happen 7 times. And then you have a 0.5 raised to what power? The third, because we have the rest of the outcomes. Okay, so we want exactly 7 times for us to get a tails. So 10 choose 7. How much? 120? All right?
Yeah.
0.5 raised to the 7th power. 0.007. 0.5 to the 3rd. 0.125. Multiply that out, please. 0.105. So that is a 10.5% chance of that happening. So remember, we're talking about exactly 7 tails happening when we toss it 5 times. Or if I were to have 10 coins in my hand, heads and tails, and I were to go throw them up there and they all land on the ground, what's probability we get exactly 7 tails? Okay. Hey, what would the probability of us getting exactly 7 heads be? Same thing. Now we get to, we're changing the language. Probability that we get at least 9 heads. Probability we get at least 9 heads. So at least 9 heads, what does that mean? Could we get 0 heads? Could we get 1? Could we get 2? Could we get 3? Okay. Is that a lot more work? Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to go 1 minus the probability of getting 1 tails. So the probability of getting at least 9 heads means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is a lot of work, or I can go 1 minus the probability of getting 1 tails. Okay? So how are we going to do that? So 1 minus 10 choose. Look at the tails. 10 choose 1. Probability of a tails to the first power. Probability of a heads to what power? 9. Okay? So remember, if I were to work this whole thing out, 0 through 9, we're doing this right here all the way, 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9. That's a lot more work. But if I go 1 minus, I do the complement of the above event, then I'm going to get this to work out. So 10 choose 1 is how much? Who is it? 10? And 0.5 to the first is 0.5. And 0.5 to the 9 is what? 0.00195. Multiply that together, please. This is a decimal as well as this. 0.00976. Go 1 minus that. Okay, so you have a 99.02% chance of getting. Who would you like? She's not here.
Okay.
She missed yesterday too. So, why is that probability so high? Why is that probability so high? I mean, a 99% chance of this happening seems pretty outrageous. Why is it so high? Yeah. We're summing up all of the other events. The probability of 0 times happening, and 1 time, and 2 times, and 3, all the way up to 9. So there's only 10 flips that we're going to do. We're looking at, well, what's the probability of all these taking place? So it should be a very high probability. Because there's the one outcome that we don't want is the probability of all 10 being heads. Okay? But we're curious if none of them are heads. 1 is heads, 2 are heads, 3 are heads, all the way up. So that's why this is a higher probability. And then the probability you get at least 1 tail. Probability of at least 1 tail.
Wouldn't it just be that? Subtract by 1?
Subtract that by 1?
Yes.
So what'd you get?
What we got? 4.0095.
Yeah, so it's 0.0018. Is that right? Did I do that right?
Well, I did. I got 0.0095.
Right.
What did that just be?
I don't know.
Because that's what
Yeah.
How is this happening? This doesn't make any sense. I don't know. No, but like, how is it a 99% chance that you get 9 heads?
Okay, it's not 9 heads. It's not. It's at least 9 heads. So that's saying, hey, what's the probability I get no heads? And I'm going to add that to the probability I get 1 head. Probability I get 2 heads.
Doesn't it at least say 9 or 10? Yes,
Yeah,
it is
say
9
9
or
or
10.
9 or 10?
Yeah.
Did I go the wrong way?
And then it's like you get at least 1 tail should be 99%.
Yeah.
And at least 9 heads should be 1%.
Yeah.
Oh. So that if that was at most. Oh boy. So I did at most, didn't I? I picked a really bad day to stop sniffing glue. So wait a minute. So are you saying that if it is at least 9 heads, it should be this?
It should be so small because you can either get 9 or 10.
It would be the probability of 1 plus there's only 2 chances.
Is that? Or no?
And then the 99.02 is
That's the at most.
No, that's for the at least 1.
So this, yeah, at least 1 tail.
Yeah.
So that was at most 9 heads or at least 1 tail. I'll go with that. Oh, let's just move on to number 3.
Wait,
Wait,
I
I don't
don't
know
do
the answer.
C.
So the answer to C would be this.
The answer to
And then the answer to D. So if I had this as at most, told you my grammar was no good. Jeez. Thank you.
Yep.
Lenny, what you got? You said you had a question too.
Oh, no, that was.
You were building on the same thing? Told you I wasn't an English major. You guys are do so much better writing papers than I. So sorry. All right, number 3. Let's make sure. Hopefully we get this one right. You take a multiple choice test. We have 5 possible answers for each question. You decide to guess on them all. Alex? That's multiple choice. I'm just going to guess.
Sounds like the last test.
Yeah, but you guys, if you guys guessed on the last test, you guys really did well. I'm proud of you guys. Although, John, there's a lot of things. All right, take a multiple choice test. Here's each question. You have this. There's 8 questions total. What is the probability we get them all wrong? Oh my. All wrong. Combination, yes? We get them all wrong. 8 questions. We choose that many right answers. Yes? All right. What is the chance that you get one correct answer? 1 out of 5, and 1 out of 5 reduces to 0.2. So that's correct. I'm going to raise that to what power? How many do I want correct? I want none of them correct, so I'm going to raise that to the 0 power. What's the chance that I get one wrong? 0.8, 4/5. 4 out of 5 choices are wrong. So 0.8. Okay. God bless you. What am I going to raise 0.8 to? The 8th power. All right, 8 choose 0. 8 choose 0. 1. 0.2 raised to the 0 power. It's 1. 0.8 raised to the 8th power. Yeah. 0.1677. So if you multiply that all together, I get a 16.77% chance that I get them all wrong. Some of you are like, sweet, so there is a chance. There's a chance to get one right. Absolutely right. Would I base your grade on it? I had a student many years ago. It's actually my 2nd year teaching. The kid was awesome. Love this kid. Mike Leon. 6'4" Cuban. That tied Michael Flatley's tap dance record taps per second. It's like 11 taps per second or 13 taps per second. So I had doubles on. So it was ridiculous to see this kid tap dance. I mean, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable tap dance. And for a kid who should have been an inside linebacker, he was awesome. But Mike had a downfall. He liked to get to class early, take a look around the teacher's desk, see if there's any hints, especially if it's test time. Used to catch him doing it all the time. What are you doing, Mike? Oh, nothing. I was looking to see if you have a pencil. You got 14 pencils in your desk right now. Oh, thank you. I left the Scantron for the final exam. One of the spots that I was caught looking. Answer key. Made the pattern AC/DC all the way down. AC/DC, 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 all the way down. So I knew it would be really difficult to remember AC/DC all the way down. You know what I made sure AC/DC weren't? The right answer is in that order. Goose egg on the final. I knew exactly what he did. He knew exactly what he did. His mom knew exactly what he did. And it was funny debating his mom that what he did was wrong. You shouldn't punish a kid for cheating. What? Just because he found the answer key doesn't mean he was cheating. You're right. They didn't let him graduate. He didn't walk during the ceremony. I didn't want to be a mean guy to him, and I wouldn't have pushed the issue. But I kind of wanted to, teach the kid a lesson. One, do it. So it goes along with this whole probability of getting the multiple choice right or wrong. Probability of him getting something correct on my answer key when he knew what AC/DC was in order, all the way down. 0 right. Oh, cheated. Poor kid. He's now selling cars up in Minnesota. I don't know if he tap dances anymore. Worst thing is I would have let him retake the final. But all right, B. You get exactly 2 correct. You get only 2 correct. Exactly 2. Am I saying that right? English people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get 2.
Only 2. I'm not worried about the 1 or the 0 or the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just the 2. I get exactly 2 questions correct. So there are 8 questions, so it could be the first 2, it could be the last 2. It could be any combination of the 2, right? Yes.
It's 1.04%.
It is? How'd you get there? I don't know. I don't have the answer written down. I just have the work to get there.
Okay, I think it was. I did
What do you think the answer is?
1.04%.
1.04%? You might be right. I don't know. We're going to see if we can get there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get exactly 2 correct. So 8 choose 2, right? Let's see if we can get there. 8 choose 2. What do you think?
Oh, you're right. It's not right.
It's not?
No.
Okay, so that comes out to 28. Thank you. Okay, so I have 28, and that'll be times something. The probability that I get a question right is 0.2, which you said was 1/5. And I'm going to raise that to the second power. So that's going to give me 0.04. How many questions are left? 6 questions left. What's the probability I get a problem wrong?
0.26.
0.8. So 0.8 to the 6 is what?
0.26.
0.26. God bless you. All right. So 28 times 0.04 times 0.26.
0.2912.
0.2912. 29.12%. Did you see where you made an error?
Yeah, I did 820 instead of 822.
Oh, gotcha. So you had made the error right here?
Yeah.
Make sure, so I don't like the fact you made an error, but I like the fact that you found where your mistake was. And you know what's nice is if you had that mistake on a test, if this was a handwritten problem, probably be worth 4 points. If I was able to follow where you made that mistake and you carried it through, you'd get 3 out of 4 points on it. So good job. get exactly 2 right? 29% chance? Sweet. You get exactly 6. Get exactly 6 correct. So we're not worried about getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 right. We want exactly 6 of them right. So it could be 6 in a row. It could be 6 scattered throughout. It could be the last 6. Are you getting 6 out of the 8 correct? 6 out of the 8 correct. So I'm going to go 8, choose 6. Is that right? And again, I'm not worried if it's the first 6 right, the last 6 right, some combination of 6 correct, but we're getting exactly 6 of them right. Probability I get it right is 1/5 because there's 5 choices, which is 0.2, and raise this to the 6th power. Probability I get it wrong is 4 out of 5, which is 0.8. And there's only 2 questions left. What's 8 choose 6?
It's 28.
This is 28. What is 0.2 raised to the 6th power?
6.4 times 10 to the negative 5.
So what?
So 6.4 times 10 to the negative 5.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6.4 you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And 0.8 to the second is 0.64, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Help me out. 0.0011. So we have a 0.11% chance of getting an exact 6 right. I don't know. Someone double check that work. It might be right.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right? Oh my gosh. So if you're that kid going, dude, all I need is 6. If I get exactly 6 right, my grade's going to be this. You might get more than that right. As part of that, you might get less than that right. But if you don't want exactly 6, you're talking about pretty low probability. Did I do that right? Wow. Yuck. I think I'm good with this exactly stuff. You get either 0 or 1 correct. You get none of them right, or you get 1 right.
Probability of 0 is
Probability of 0 and the probability of 1. Okay? So this is going to be 8 choose 0. 0.2 raised to the 0. 0.8 raised to the 8th plus 8 choose 1. 0.2 to the first. Oh, to the first. 0.8 to the 7th. So we want to add those 2 outcomes together. Do it. Figure it out. 8 choose 1, or excuse me, 8 choose 0. Is there 1 way? So that's 1. Is that 8? I don't know. That's times 1. That's going to be some decimal. That's going to be 0.2, some decimal.
the first one is 0.316.
This is 0.1. The whole thing is 0.1677?
Well, it's like a long decimal.
1677, like that. Okay.
Wait, no.
It will be because it's 1 times 1, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is 0.8 to the 7th power? 0.209. Cool. So this is 0.167 plus, help me out, what's 8 times 0.2 times 0.209? Say that one more time. 0.3344.
I got 5.
I'm not done.
3345.
I got 3, 3, 5, 5. And I could be wrong.
Okay.
That's close
I got
enough.
3355.
It's the same. 1 decimal point off. Like a thousandth of a decimal point off.
Hey,
It depends on if you rounded it.
gotcha.
I
Okay, help me out. Add those together. 0.503. Whoa. Where'd it go? Yeah, a little bit better than 50% chance of getting 0 or 1 right. Huh. Wow. And while we are talking decimals, what's the difference? This converts to this. Do you agree? This converts to this. Do you agree? What's the difference?
Still a chance.
Somebody have a phone out that they can get on Google real quick? Fast phone, not something that, like mine, like a dial-up. In Google, how many airplane flights happened last year? Airplane flights. Worldwide, doesn't matter. It should be a lot. I don't want crashing. We'll figure that out in a minute. Yeah?
I don't think there's a number of
Okay, let's do this. How many flights out of DIA today?
today.
Yep.
97.
97,000? That's a lot. More than 97,000
More
flights
than 97,000.
out of one day.
No way. Oh, you say 1 day?
One day.
No way. It's more than 97,000.
Huh? Today. Tomorrow.
Planes go out through the air on that. I don't know.
What'd you get?
On any given day, more than 87,000 flights are in the skies in the United States.
How would you say it one more time?
On any given day, more than 87,000 flights are in the skies in the United States.
On any given day, this is how many flights on any given day in the United States. That's how many flights are in the air on any given day in the United States. What'd you get that off of? Yahoo. Got to be true. I don't know. It could be. So let's go off the number. So if I multiply 1 times that, I get 87,000. That means that 87,000 planes that were in the air any given day made it safely on the ground any given day. Now let's do 0.99 times 87,000. 0.999 times 87,000.
86.
Uh-oh. 86 what?
913.
I don't know about y'all, but I kind of like the fact that I have a little bit better than a 99.9% chance that my plane's not going to crash. So 87,000 flights any given day, 100% good rate. That means that 87,000 land that day. On any other given day, 86,913 make it out of the 87,000. How many flights is that didn't make it? 87 flights didn't make it?
That's scary.
Boy, that scares me. That scares me a little bit. Does it scare you? I have no idea if that's a true accurate or not. I think if that many planes were crashing per day, I think we'd be like sick. We'd go, let's move on. Let's talk about like trans fat at McDonald's or something. I would say that we are somewhere in between those two. Hopefully closer to the 100% than we are to the 99.9%. Yeah.
Like another decimal after 0.9 would make that number smaller.
Yes. That's why I say I hope that number's closer to 100%. That's exactly what you're doing. So that's the kid saying an 89.9 is the same thing as an A. Yeah, you tell those 87 airplanes.
Well, that's a lot.
It's the same thing as landing. It's going to be a lot harder. Of all the incidents that have taken place in the air, and they'll show up on scene, a plane crash here or there, how many times did you see somebody getting off the plane that had those little yellow bibs that are like, if this jerk cord doesn't work, you blow into this and hyperventilate? How many people have you seen with those on? Thank goodness the FAA, who is part of the federal government, got involved and said, hey, plane crashes, you better put that little yellow thing around your neck. Jeez. And I can tell you there was a flight that landed. There you go. Where did he land in? The Hudson?
Yeah.
Two different airplane towers talking back to each other. It's like, putting it in the Hudson. That's what the pilot said. Like, well, divert your path to 2155 and land at Kennedy. The other tower. I think he said he put it in the Hudson. The other tower, what's the Hudson? It's called the river. Guy was a hero. He landed the plane in water. And if you see the video, because everybody back then had you didn't see any of those people who were getting out of the plane having the stupid yellow thing around their thing going, help, safe. No, they're all standing on the wing going, ooh, it's kind of slippery. And nobody had a yellow thing on. You think the FAA needs to get a hint? That maybe the first thing you should think about getting off an airplane that lands in the water is get out rather than hang on. I don't know. I shouldn't be that sarcastic. What number am I on? Where? 3E? Uh-oh. Okay. 3E. Help me. Probability. You get at least 7. Correct. Uh-oh. It's got different language. What does at least mean? Help me.
So it means you get
Huh?
7 or 8 more.
You get at least 7. So 7 or 8 right. You sure?
Yes. Why is this so hard?
Because I'm not an English person. I'm sorry. So
I don't
you
know what that has to do with it.
get 7 or 8 of the questions right. Is that right?
Yes.
Did I do it right? Does everyone agree? Again, I'm not that English grammar person. Sorry. I know, that's why we have variables in math, so we let letters equal stuff, because we can't spell and do grammar. Does everyone agree with that? Help me out if you don't. So I don't know if I agree with it or not, just because I'm not kind of that mentally incompetent English grammar person. You get at least 7 correct. There's 8 questions total. So you get 7 of them right, or you get 8 of them right. I don't stop at 7.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not worth, I don't like, if someone leaves like one cookie in the thing, that's like. All right. You get 7 or 8 right. So is this gonna be 8? Choose what? 7 plus 8 choose 8. Is that right? Oh, I'm starting to get a stomach ache. Is that right? All right. The probability I get the answer right is 0.2 raised to the 7th, 0.8 raised to the 1st. Did I do that right? And this is 0.2 raised to the 8th, 0.8 raised to the 0, 8 choose 7. Yo.
It would be 7 to them, not just 7 or 8.
Well, there's only 8 questions.
Oh, yeah, that's
Trying to confuse me.
I'm sorry.
What's 8 choose 7? Please tell me.
I'll tell you what 0.2 to the 8 is.
What is 0.2 to the 8?
2.56 times to the negative 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 what?
5, 6.
Perfect. Love it. Times 1. Okay. 8 choose 8 is 1, I believe. All right. What's 8 choose 7? Shh.
8.
This is 8.
Yeah.
0.2 to the 7th power. 2, 4, 8.
2 4 zeros and then 1 2 8.
1, 2, 8.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Help me out. Shh. I'll do this one. I'll do the one with the big decimal.
Alright, that's just it. So in that one, I got 4 zeros. 8 1 9 2.
8, 1, 9, 2. Add them up. Shh. You guys be back.
4 zeros.
4 zeros.
8 4 4.
8, 4, 4. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Not that high.
Did I do it wrong?
I think it's just mad low.
So that kid going, dude, I'm just going to wing it, just bubble randomly. Don't even give me the test. Remember back in the day of CSAP? I know back then y'all tried your hardest. You know, it used to frustrate me when I used to be the proctor of CSAP and then later became TCAP, and now we have some other tests. When I proctor, I like to walk around the room. When I walk around the room, I count. And I was like, ooh, it's going to be 87 steps to get all the way around the room, up and down each row. And then my next time I think to myself, okay, let's see if I can do it 86. That's how I entertain myself while proctoring tests.
These are horrible.
You know what sucks?
Half the kids just flip their book.
No, I know. At least you had something to do. I'm counting how many paces I do around the room. Because at Chaparral in Douglas County, they were like, don't even get on the computer. Because the kid sees you on the computer and I'm even going to try. I'm walking around the room and I got to have the kids with their head down after the first 7 seconds of the test in the first place. Guys and girls, have a great day. Make sure you get this whole page done. We'll check it out next time.